can't even fly a fucking flag anymore.
Well, everyone's got to make a policy, like when some asshole comes in and shoots up a mall one day, and so like, oh, that guy was a gang member, so anyone that ever wears red or blue can't be in here anymore.
Yeah, now they've lost half their crowd because a lot of people like red and a lot of people like blue, and every other American wears the American flag.
And don't look at a woman because you're mentally raping her.
Right.
I'm looking at your tits. Why am I looking at your tits? Your tits are sticking out of your fucking dress.
And they're fantastic.
They look good.
Information is free.
The law.
There is hope.
The Johnny Rocket Launch Pad. And now, here's Johnny.
Hey, it's Johnny Rocket here at the Johnny Rocket Launchpad, always launching ideas in your direction, the Northwest's only rock and roll libertarian radio show. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Kurt Nelson.
What's up, brother?
And my voice of reason, the beautiful Heather Nixon.
Hi, how are you doing?
And this is Johnny Rocket Launchpad. We're always launching ideas in your direction. It's always about liberty. We have a special rock and roll, rockabilly, psychobilly episode. And this episode's about music, and it's about greasers, and it's about chicks, and it's about rock and roll.
Yeah.
Not the entire one, but this first segment is. For now, we have a very special guest. I'll tell you, this guy is the worldwide president of the Greasers Social Club.
Badass. Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
He's a badass motherfucker and a friend of mine. Heather and I actually met him
We did.
at Viva Las Vegas this
Yeah,
year.
that was awesome.
Fantastic.
And we are also members of this club.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes, we
Heather
are.
and I.
Okay. We
Yeah.
are.
Right on.
Here in Tacoma. Or
Wow.
SeaTac. Whatever.
The SeaTac chapter, if you will.
Yes,
And
exactly.
really, and in that's short for Seattle Tacoma, not SeaTac.
like, it
Is
is
there,
a town.
is there a gang sign for that? Like where you make an S and
a T,
T or
something
I'm
like
not sure
that.
how you do.
And
Is
a
there?
hyphen in there. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Throw a fucking hyphen in it. It
we
looks
don't
cool.
all just hang out at the airport.
No.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. It's not like an airport gang or
I
something.
thought like maybe you guys like rode mopeds around the airport or something.
No, not Vespa. We're not a Vespa group or anything like that.
Okay. All
Not
right.
that there's anything
You're
wrong with that. No.
And if you do have a Vespa,
One of the coolest people I know rides a Vespa.
oh, totally. I know like two.
I have a new motorcycle.
My
and
entire life.
I'm looking for a motorcycle gang to join. So,
There you go. But you
it's-
can't. This is a social club.
Well, this is a little bigger than a Vespa, so
Yes.
I'm not sure that would work.
No, but
So-
it's not a crotch rocket club either.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Can we
So-
hear from our damn guest already?
Yeah, we welcome here at the Johnny Rocket Launchpad. Give it up for Tony Reina! Tony, how you doing, brother?
Good, excited, nervous. But I'm
don't
here.
be nervous.
I'm alive.
Don't be nervous, man. Hey,
All right,
so you are the president of the worldwide Greaser Social Club crew, more or less.
Correct.
So when did you start this club?
Dates back to, we started about 2011, right before Viva. There was about 4 of us who initially had wanted to start the club, and the essential part, what we wanted to do was actually bring bands out here to Vegas that typically wouldn't normally come out. That was our biggest thing that we wanted to do, was try to bring bands out here. We had to come up with a company logo and made some shirts and went down to downtown Fremont to go celebrate one night, and people were pretty interested in the shirts that we had with the company logo on. Were asking us what we were about and what we were planning to do. They kept asking us, where can we get shirts? And we just told them, it's just about the business right now, about trying to bring bands out here to Vegas. So there really wasn't much of a way to get the shirts. It was just
Sure.
basically for business purposes, just to, as a promotional thing for us to start doing. And just throughout the whole night, we thought and we talked about it. Some of the other guys that had started the company with me, they've all since then departed. But my wife and I, kind of carried on. We went to Viva that weekend. We had printed about 50 shirts, not knowing, if we were going to be able to sell them. We were going to try to use some of that money to try to get some of the bands out here to do our first show. And we got rid of all shirts in about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
We didn't even actually get inside Viva. That was just in the parking lot, so that...
Right on, yeah. You're like, I don't have enough money to get into Viva, but now I do because I sold all 50 of these shirts.
So it was cool, it kind of panned out. So we knew we were on the right track. We were excited about trying to to get our first show going, and we had our first show. No Way Jose came out from California. They performed for us, and a local band came out and played, and it was a pretty good turnout. We weren't expecting to have that many people show up, being that was actually our first event. And we had over 300 people show up, so to us that was a blessing. It was a pretty good time. We had a lot of the local car clubs that showed up and helped support the event, and some of the other promoters and vendors came out, so we had a good time. So we knew we were on the right track. But essentially, as far as the social club was concerned, it wasn't really the beginnings were. It was more about being a promotional company, bringing bands and stuff out here to Vegas.
So Tony, when you're talking about when you wanted to bring bands down to Vegas, so is it just the bands weren't putting that as a stop on their tour? Do you have like specific venues, or do you have your own event center? How does that work?
Yeah, well, Vegas is kind of weird, just in the sense that since the casinos pretty much run some of the bigger arenas, so most of the bigger bands go out and play at the casinos or the Hard Rock and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the smaller venues, we have to wait for bands to come out and tour, and so we kind of wanted to hope to have that California vibe out here, and where bands are pretty much always playing all the time. Growing up in Southern California, we wanted to try to bring that out here as well, so we'd have something to do, because Vegas, it's shows are far and apart, so
right. Oh yeah.
Do that. So that was our main goal, was to be able to do that and just to kind of network with the bands and hang out and listen to cool music at the same time. So it's some of the lifestyle that we live, that we enjoy it, and we were trying to expand it. Vegas, the time when we first started going, was mostly a hardcore rockabilly scene out here. So we wanted to try to bring something a little different. We were told that it probably wasn't going to work out too well, but here we are 5 years later, and we're still going. So
that's what everyone always says, though. You're like, hey, I got an idea. Like everyone's like, that's stupid. And you're like, you know what? Fuck you. This is a pretty cool idea,
go
man.
Fuck yourself.
Right.
I'm going to fucking do this, and I'm going to make this shit happen.
Whatever, you can try it, but that's stupid. I'm telling you right now, it's stupid.
Exactly.
And then when you blow it up, people are like, remember me and you, buddy? Remember I was helping you with that idea?
Yeah. Look at me. I'm making millions of dollars on fucking T-shirts and my fucking logo.
Right. And everyone's like, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Remember me?
Yeah, I was your friend. Oh, you're the one who fucking told me to go piss up a rope. Go fuck yourself now. So that's what it's about.
It sounds like you guys were there, because that's what I got a lot of.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, man, remember me? No, go fuck yourself. It happens all the time. It's just the way it is, man. So how does the Greaser Social Club, how is it different from other social clubs out there?
We don't have monthly dues. What we have is like a yearly due. And what that consists of is memberships. It gives you discounts on our merchandise whenever we do shows in town. And basically what it does is gets you a shirt, or a membership shirt, and shop rag, and 2 stickers. We really didn't know how to actually even go about the social club. What ended up happening was a friend of ours, his name's Sal from Retro Weirdos. He has a clothing company out here in Las Vegas. Tipped me off that somebody was using our logo out in Texas. Mm-hmm. So I got in contact with them and asked them what they were using it for. These guys were, active military. Some of the guys were retired, but they would get together and, go shoot pool, have barbecues, go to car shows, and go to, basically live the lifestyle. So when we had asked them, what they were using it for, they kind of gave us the rundown. So I went over it with my wife and asked her, said, well, what do you think about actually starting a social club? What does she think about it? And she was kind of hesitant about it at first, because she said, well, we really don't know who's going to join, and, we can't really regulate what they're doing, or, whether they're going to use it for good or bad intentions. But I don't know, for some reason, I just felt like, these guys were on the up and up. So I hit them up and asked them, if they wanted to start a social club. And sure enough, all 6 of them signed up that same night in Central Texas.
Wow.
And,
wow.
We're at now 44 chapters all worldwide.
Wow.
Have over 332 active members worldwide right now.
Sweet. So, wow.
It's
crazy,
cool.
Man. That's crazy. You kind of run it like a business, but it's kind of a social club at the same time. So you're kind of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, we kind of see it as an organization. As far as the social club itself, is we kind of treat it more as a family. We refer to each other as brothers and sisters. That's one of my biggest things, is we don't demean anybody. We don't have, greaser dolls or greaser kittens or whatnot. And I just feel that's demeaning, and as far as the family is concerned, we treat each other like a family. And we've had several family members that have deaths in the family. We've helped raise money for charity events. We've done cancer walks. I mean, we've done quite a bit. We try to give back to a lot of charities that we've contributed to, because we realize, you never know when you're going to end up being in that situation.
Sure.
So, but it's nice and comforting to know that wherever you go, you have family.
Right on. And you guys are like all over. So you have like chapters in just about every state then, and other countries.
Correct. Yeah, we have internationally, I believe we have 15 chapters internationally. It's growing. We average about 5 members a week. it's grown immensely from the moment we started. We never, like I said, we never in a million years had ever imagined the club growing as it has. Wow. But we owe it to our members. You know, they're the ones that keep it going, and they're very respectful. We've gotten a lot of kudos from different organizations, car clubs, motorcycle clubs, people that have been in the lifestyle that say, you know, we really dig what you guys are doing, because you know, we don't carry ourselves in any other way, but we are a social club. You know, we're a family, and we get together and barbecue and hang out and go to each other's kids' birthday parties. And
right, no, totally.
You know, and
really
so it's more of a family vibe. We try to run the clothing company, which took off on its own, aside from the social club. That's where the business aspect runs into it. So because people were like, well, I really don't want to join, but I really dig your guys' clothing. How do I order it? That just kind of stemmed from that.
So it's kind of a, you know, you're kind of doing both. You're running kind of a social club and a business at the same time, which kind of works out great because you don't have any bylaws or anything like that. Just be cool.
Correct. Yeah, we've been fortunate. We've never had any, you know, incidents with other social clubs or, you know, any run-ins with anybody else. You know, we kind of carry ourselves in a different, I guess, more of a family vibe. You know, it's not who's bigger and better, but it's just us just getting together, and you know, our lifestyle means a lot to us, and as long as we can, you know, keep going and promoting bands and promoting shows and promoting car clubs and events in different areas in different countries, that keeps the lifestyle going. You know, small businesses are heavily involved in all of it. You know, guys printing shirts and women making hair accessories, and it's how some of these people make a living. You know, so
right.
we got to keep that going. You know, we got to keep that spirit alive, and that's one of my biggest pushes. You know, a lot of members will ask me, hey, you know, have an idea for this or artwork, and I'll buy it from them. You know, because I know that, you know, they're putting their heart and soul into it, and they need money, and you know, we want to keep things going. So we just kind of figure, you know, we network with one another, and you know, it's panned out pretty well for us.
It's really cool. Hey, Tony, what's your background in music? Are you a player? Obviously a music fan.
Unfortunately, no, I'm not very talented playing singing or anything.
You can play like Stairway to Heaven, though, right?
And the radio.
Freebird.
Freebird? Okay, it's Freebird.
Well, my dad was in a band growing up. They were called the Galaxies back in the late 50s, early 60s. You know, we grew up in a rockabilly and rock and roll lifestyle. Right. So a lot of the music we grew up listening to, Chuck Berry, a lot of Motown. We kind of grew up around it. So to us, it was, you know, to me, it's just second nature. It's my lifestyle.
Awesome. That's one of the things I like about that scene, if you will, is kind of keeping that genre alive. It's not like it needs necessarily a club to keep it alive, but there's just a lot of people who
totally embracing it.
Yeah.
Living the lifestyle. Like, I'm going to only use this 1950s sewing machine.
Right. Or, you know, people who like to dial a telephone with a rotor. You know?
The rotary phones.
Yeah.
They still want to, you know, it's like I don't own a computer because it wasn't invented in 1950s.
I'll tell you why, because fuck a computer. That's why.
No, but a computer's great because guess what we're doing right now? We're talking on it.
Right.
But I mean, it's funny though. I mean, but there's some like real diehard, I call them the rockabilly purists out there.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where we kind of differ, where we don't really, like with the social club itself, we don't have that. We're not real picky, where a lot of other clubs, you know, might be, and I can't speak for them or whatnot, but, you know, we're kind of open-minded. I mean, we have all ages, all races, you know, all genders. And, you know, and we just kind of embrace everybody that way. You know, we kind of enjoy each other's company, and, you know, and that's kind of, you know, what we try to build with that. You know, it's just more of a family vibe than anything else. So.
Yeah, and that's what I really think is great about the Greaser Social Club. You know, as far as, you know, the family vibe and positivity. And I know, you know, you talked about that women are sisters. You don't have like auxiliaries or dolls or kittens. And, you know, being around car clubs, sometimes women are completely excluded from actually being in the activities. But, you know, just being on Facebook or being down in Viva, what I thought was just so great is how much the women support each other and are positive. And, you know, you might like a different kind of music or have a different kind of style, but, you know, that is the bond that brings everybody together. And I think it's really fantastic.
And, you know, so we owe it to everybody, you know, for just being a part of it. You know, without our members and without our families, you know, support, it doesn't exist. You know, we just all try to get together and, you know, I guess it just just enjoy each other's company. You know, our life's too short, and you know, we just gotta, you know, just live happy lives. And you know, this is kind of our way of doing that. You know, contributing to the lifestyle and working with one another and networking. And it's amazing to see. You know, we had one of our members out in Germany that needed a car part. He wasn't able to order it on eBay to have it shipped out. So a few of us of the members ordered the part and we shipped it to him. You know, we don't do it in the sense that we expect anything back. It's just, you know, when you're family, you know, you want to be there for everybody and do whatever you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one more thing, just a big, huge shout out to the sisters, because they have really, you know, supported me and been positive and, you know, said great things to on Facebook. So shout out to the sisters of the Greaser Social Club.
Oh yeah, I mean, we love them to death because
you have to.
You know,
women.
We hear a lot of different animosity and a lot of different issues from other female social clubs, and we don't have that with us. And we've been fortunate, you know, that everyone's been on the up and up with one another, and it's been nothing but short of a blessing for all of us that, you know, that we've been able to carry on this long, and we're going into our sixth year now. So
nice.
You know, we're excited about the, you know, what's gonna be up to come.
Right on, man. And so you've, you know, since you started the Greaser Social Club, you've kind of created alliances with some fucking badass bands. As a matter of fact, you made friends with some badass bands. Who are some of the bands that are kind of members?
It was weird because we never really saw that avenue opening up, and well, you know, a lot of the bands were like, hey, this is really cool what you guys are doing. And by us helping to promote some of the bands, what'll happen is, you know, we'll put out a flyer on our social media pages or on our website. It helps the members in those different areas let them know that, hey, this band's going to be out on tour. So, you know, the members will get together and go out and see a show. So, you know, it helps everybody all the way around. You know, the members and, you know, get together, you know, and go see a great band and help support them. And while they're out on the road to, you know, they need gas money and to go on to the next show. So that's, you know, we kind of see it all about.
And that's what it's all about, especially as a musician. You seem to be a big fan of the Johnny Rocket Launchpad Liberty show. Sir. So what are some of the things you like about what we have to say, man?
Wow, where do I begin? You know, I really dig the show. I dig your guys' vibe. That's the coolest thing.
Well, you like guns, obviously.
Yes, I might have.
You like guns? People should own guns. People should smoke pot, and people should marry whoever the hell they want to.
Without somebody telling them they can. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so. Exactly. So you're like a Liberty guy deep down, man. You really are.
That's my thing is, you know, we try to, I guess, a lot of politics involved in the social club, but I think in turn and in time, you know, it all plays a part in it somehow, some way, you know, and unfortunately, you know, the way things are right now, I feel like, you know, we're kind of just stuck in the mud and we're losing traction right now. So I think people need to get together and become a little more, you know, proactive in what's going on around them, because without that, you know, what we're celebrating now, we won't be able to celebrate later, brother.
I know.
Not too long ago, I saw a post on Facebook in the Greaser Social Club about there was a member who had some issue. He was accused of flying colors because he was wearing his social club gear at the mall. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk about that a little bit?
From the understanding that I got from the member was that they had told him that it was inappropriate wear at the mall. It's gang affiliated, which is, you know, totally false.
Right, he was just wearing like his Greaser Social Club shirt and like his shop rag in his pocket, pretty much.
Correct. You know, that's you know, exactly that's exactly what he had on. So he was asked to remove it, or he needed to, you know, evacuate the mall, which was, you know, we're all adults here, you know, and you know, we, you know, conduct ourselves as such, and it wasn't that he was being rowdy or, you know, aggressive, or, you know, he kindly took it off and he left, you know. It's kind of sad where that has to happen.
Well, yeah, and it is, and it's wrong. It's ignorance, but at the same time, in defense of the mall, if they didn't like it, they had every right to do it.
Yeah,
you know, and it sucks, but it's ignorance.
Well, yeah, and we have every right to not shop at that mall too.
Exactly. So I guess that guy ain't gonna go to the mall anymore. He's
exactly.
Like, go fuck yourself.
Like I said, it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, it's I guess that's just the way, you know, life's become. You know, everything's micromanaged now, and you know, you can't go anywhere or say anything or look at anybody. Or,
you have to ask permission from the government to do anything.
Exactly. You always have that sense of, oh, can I do this or can I not do that? Can I say that? And, you're afraid to even look at anybody without, trying to cause some kind of offense.
Oh, yeah, totally, dude. You can't even fly a fucking flag anymore.
Well, everyone's got to make a policy, like when some asshole comes in and shoots up a mall one day, and so, oh, that guy was a gang member, so, anyone that ever wears red or blue can't be in here anymore.
Yeah, now they've lost half their crowd because
Right.
a lot of people like red and a lot of people like blue, and every other American wears an American flag.
And don't look at a woman because you're mentally raping her.
Right.
I'm looking at your tits. Why am I looking at your tits? Your tits are sticking out of your fucking dress.
And they're fantastic.
They
Sorry.
look good. I don't know. It's just fucking so much bullshit that we have to deal with. Businesses can't succeed because you have so many government regulations. You have to get a license to sell. You gotta get a license to build. You gotta get a license to drive. You gotta get a license to buy. You gotta.
Right.
Fuck, man. How the fuck can anyone make it anymore?
And I think that's where we're headed. I think it's all geared towards that. It's been in the making for such a long period of time. It's that entrepreneurial. Where Bill and Jane want to create their own little business and create something for little Jimmy. I don't think that exists anymore. And it's hard. And I think that's kind of where one thing that we do with the social club, like I said, we try to inspire that. We try to get some of the members to be creative with what they have and use some of their stuff that they make. And we'll buy it from them, and that puts food on their table, and then I sell, and it's a circle. It's we're trying to help one another out.
Exactly.
So
Totally,
and I
man.
think that's kind of where we pride ourselves on. We try to network that way.
100%, man. Hey, really quick, man. Plug your websites, plug your Facebook, plug it all in, right? Real quick.
Right on, brother. If you're here in Vegas and you guys are visiting, you can we have a couple of retail shops here that you can come to. We love to try to promote as many small businesses here in Vegas as we possibly can. Wasted Americana at 5710 West Charleston here in Las Vegas. You can get Research Social Club clothing and apparel there. We also have another retail shop. It's called Rockabilly. Her address there is 1216 South Main Street here in Las Vegas. And, we want to give her a shout out, as well as Wasted Americana for them selling our apparel and having faith in us that we would be able to help them out, as well as, help them help us out. So you can also find us at greasersocialclubworldwide.com. You can get our apparel there online. You don't have to be a member in order to buy merchandise. That was one reason why we created the website. You can see the different items that we have. We cater to kids, women, and children, and men. So we try to cater to everybody, so we don't feel like anyone's being excluded, and we just carry men's shirts. And
Right on, man. Give it up for Tony Reina, president of the Greaser Social Club Worldwide. Woo! Yeah! Thank you very much, Tony. We appreciate it. Check him out at Greaser Social Club, www.com. Awesome shirts, awesome stuff. Look into the club. It's a cool thing if you like rock and roll, rockabilly, hot rods, hot chicks who are in the club, all that bullshit.
Wait,
And
no, sisters.
sisters in the
right.
in the
Hot
club,
sisters.
hot sisters in the club, and they got it all. They got shop rags. You guys are, and you have a family mentality, and they're there to help you.
Very cool, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it, Tony.
thank you guys for having me on. I continue success on your show, and I keep listening to you guys. And Heather, I really dig your segment. It's cool as hell. My wife digs it a lot too.
Sweet, thanks. I'm gonna drag Johnny down there this fall, so we're gonna have to get together and have some beverages.
Hey, barbecue at my house as always.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, we missed last year, so we'll be
Right
there.
on, man. You guys are always welcome here in my house. Whenever you guys need a place to stay, my door's open.
Right on, man.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Tony. We love you, brother.
All right, I love you guys too. You guys, like I said, continue success, and I'm happy for you guys.
Anyways, it's Johnny Rocket here at the Johnny Rocket Launchpad. Always launching ideas in your direction, Northwest only rock and roll libertarian radio show. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Kurt Nelson.
That's right. Hey, everybody, don't forget to check us out on Revere Radio Network Saturdays at 4 p.m. through 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And my voice, the reason, the beautiful Heather Nixon.
And don't forget to check out the Haunted Heel, the Texas Rockabilly Retro and Rock one-stop shop for all your vintage clothing and nostalgic gear. Check out www.thehauntedheel.com. Type in Johnny Rocket for 10% off your clothing and merchandise order.
Anyways, it's Johnny Rocket here at the Launchpad, always launching ideas. Next up, we got Tim Turner. We're going to talk about economics.
Tuna fish sandwiches.
Tuna fish sandwiches. See you guys back. Stick around. We got Billy's Bird.